Hello everyone, welcome to the U.S. Immigration Updates. For years, undocumented immigrants in the U.S. have lived with the fear that ICE could show up at their homes, their jobs, or even during a simple traffic stop, with no warning and no serious charges. Families were torn apart not because of crimes, but because of paperwork or status. But that reality may now be shifting. Under new enforcement priorities, ICE officers can no longer freely target law-abiding immigrants. Instead, deportation actions will focus primarily on those with criminal records, especially serious offenses. For millions of families who have lived in fear every single day, this change represents more than just a policy update. It feels like the first breath of relief in years. In this video, we're going to break down what this new rule actually means, who it protects, where the risks remain, and how quickly this change could impact families across America. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. For decades, U.S. immigration policy has swung back and forth depending on who holds power in Washington. Under past administrations, including Trump's, enforcement was expanded so broadly that nearly every undocumented immigrant became a target, no matter how long they had lived here, no matter if they had children who were U.S. citizens, no matter if their only offense was overstaying a visa. That approach created a climate of fear across immigrant communities nationwide. Now the proposed shift looks very different. The central idea is that law-abiding immigrants should not be the main focus of deportation efforts. Instead, immigration officers would be directed to prioritize individuals who have been convicted of serious crimes, violent felonies, drug trafficking, or threats to national security. For families who have worked, paid taxes, and stayed out of legal trouble, this could mean fewer unexpected arrests and fewer devastating separations. But here's what you need to understand clearly. This is not blanket immunity. It does not erase immigration violations. If someone has overstayed their visa, crossed without inspection, or has a past deportation order, they are still technically deportable. The difference is that they may no longer be the priority target of enforcement. Why now? The reality is that immigration enforcement in the U.S. is stretched thin. USCIS and ICE are facing historic backlogs, millions of pending cases, and limited officers to carry out deportations. Advocacy groups argue that targeting law-abiding families wastes resources while dangerous offenders slip through. By narrowing the scope, the government could focus on genuine threats while reducing the emotional toll on families who pose no harm. It's about enforcement, yes, but also about logic and compassion. For millions of mixed-status families, where one parent may be undocumented while the other is a green card holder or U.S. citizen, this proposal could be life-changing. Today, many live in constant fear that a minor traffic stop or paperwork error could shatter their family. A shift in enforcement priorities would mean fewer families dragged into sudden deportation proceedings. It could allow parents to feel safe attending their children's school events, seeking medical care, or simply living without the paralyzing fear of ICE intervention. Still, the question many are asking is, what actually counts as a deportable crime under this proposal? The focus would be on serious offenses, violent crimes, drug trafficking, fraud at scale, and crimes tied to national security. Minor infractions like traffic tickets or low-level misdemeanors would generally not trigger deportation. But there's a gray area, crimes labeled as moral turpitude, which could include fraud, theft, or certain non-violent offenses. These categories are often debated and open to interpretation, meaning some families may still find themselves at risk. And here's the political reality. Immigration policy in the United States is fragile. A single election, a new president, or a shift in Congress can undo everything overnight. We saw this during the Trump administration, when enforcement priorities changed drastically in just months, throwing millions back into fear. That means even if this proposal becomes reality, immigrants cannot assume permanent protection. Policies shift, but the law remains. So, what can families do right now? Stay prepared. Avoid legal trouble at all costs, even minor run-ins. Keep all immigration paperwork updated, including addresses and filings, because small mistakes can open doors to enforcement. Stay connected to trusted lawyers, nonprofits, and advocacy organizations who can provide real guidance. And perhaps most importantly, tune out the rumors that spread daily on social media. Rely only on official updates from USCIS or trusted legal professionals. Beyond the legal side, there's the emotional toll. Living under constant fear takes a devastating toll on families. It causes sleepless nights, stress disorders, and fractured childhoods for kids who don't know if their parents will come home each night. This proposal, if implemented, wouldn't erase all risk, but it would be an acknowledgement that not every immigrant is a threat, and that families who contribute positively to their communities deserve dignity and safety. And yet, we must face the truth. No policy, no matter how promising, can guarantee true peace of mind. As long as immigration law remains deeply complex, as long as political battles dominate the headlines, immigrant families will still carry uncertainty in their hearts. But this moment, this proposal, is a small but important recognition of their humanity. It represents the possibility of hope after years of fear. That's all we have for this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the U.S. Immigration News Channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.